And this is the perspective that kept me going, and it made me appreciate every part of my life as I continue to build a better one. You know, you look around and you see people, that have more than you as far as money, materialistically. But see, in my life, I never looked at it like that for the most part, because even though they have more than me money wise, I still didn't think that they were better than me or that I was beneath them. They might have tried to make me feel like I was beneath them. If anything, they seem to be the ones who have the problem if they want to go out of their way to make me feel bad for being poor. You see, they thought I was missing something. I didn't, because my perspective, I adopted a completely different perspective from a very young age because of the values that I had within. It's almost like I cultivated my own identity within myself. And then I went out into the world and I just look at things vastly different than those around me. That right there is a blessing that I'm very grateful to have. And I'm going to share that in this video. So to me, the person who has more financially, if they're trying to make me feel inferior because I don't have what they have, then by default that means that they are very much impoverished spiritually. Because if you understood the value that I carry, you would not be mistreating me the way that you do. And it actually, it really emphasizes how empty those type of people are, to where you really feel like you're better than somebody just because you got more money, more nice things, a bigger house, better car. You actually, the act of you even thinking that way just shows that you're allowing that stuff to define you. And you know something about that stuff, that material stuff, it dies off, and it dies quickly. It rusts, it rots, it burns away. And as you can see, the value of the money is definitely burning away at an exponential rate. And a lot of people are being humbled because they never thought in their life that they would lose their big, nice house. It's a time that's humbling, I'm not celebrating it, but I do appreciate the beauty of how life can humble the most arrogant people. What are you going to do when society collapses? Is your money going to save you then? Can you survive the wilderness? I laugh at these people who think I have nothing, not realizing that I have a lot. I have an abundance already. It's just that it's not the type of abundance that you see when you look at me, until you feel the energy. Because it's something about my energy that makes you so compelled to say some stupid shit to me. You ever thought about that? You could think about it in your life too. When people want to come and disrespect you, say some stupid shit on a day that you're just glowing, and they have to say something stupid to you or try to minimize you, make you feel like shit. It's because you have an abundance. You have something they don't have. And so that's why they try to flip it around, make you feel like you're the one who doesn't have. They make you feel like you're the one lacking, when really they're the ones lacking. But they're so foolish that they don't even see it, because they think that what they have materialistically somehow makes them better than others. They're the foolish ones. So I just laugh at them. I laugh at them because there's going to come a day that they're going to be humbled, and they're not going to be ready because they don't know how to go without. They have no idea. I actually feel bad for people that grew up privileged, because they have no idea how to survive. They have no concept of being connected to God. They don't believe in spirituality. They're so worldly because the world has always given them what they wanted. Ever since they were born, they were given shit. So therefore, I'm very thankful that I wasn't handed things. I had to work for it. I had to earn it. I had to be tested in order to be entrusted with certain things. I had to constantly, ascend different levels in order to get to where I'm at. And that's a very humbling experience. A lot of people, they like to get rich quick. They want things to be easy. I actually appreciate the process, the challenging process that formed me into the person that I am, because I know that when it's all said and done, I'm going to possess some amazing characteristics that will give me the wisdom to maintain those blessings and to also become someone that empowers people, because it's not just about me. And I don't allow anything to make me feel any type of way, because I appreciate all the things I've learned when it came to overcoming obstacles. Because a lot of people, they don't believe in you, they don't believe in you when you don't have it yet, or when they know it's going to be difficult. Everybody runs away from difficulties and challenges, but when it comes to me and people like me that think this way, that have this growth mindset, we don't allow scarcity to scare us. We don't allow difficulties to discourage us from continuing on with the path, because you don't know how far you can make it. See, but when you're a person that is greedy and money hungry and impatient, and you want to keep up with the Joneses, you're gonna forever be dissatisfied, and people like that, they don't really make it that far, or they're just spoiled. They were given stuff. They don't know what it's like to go. They don't know what it's like to lack. And those tend to be very weak people. I'm sorry, but they just are, because they'll throw a tantrum about any little goofy thing. And it just shows how privileged they are, that they don't even realize, like, wow, you had all of this, And this is not to shame anybody from any socioeconomic background. I'm just sharing my perspective. And interestingly, they had no problem disrespecting my socioeconomic background. I think it's even worse when you try to make someone feel bad for being in a situation that was out of their control. And a lot of people don't understand how some people inherit poverty. Yeah, people inherit poverty. Classism is a big thing. It really is. I'm very thankful for everything, because I learned how to adapt and I learned how to survive. And a lot of people say, well, I'm tired of being survival mode, and I get it. But at the same time, at least you know how to survive. You know what's worse? Not knowing how to survive, or at least you learned how to through the stuff that you've experienced. And you came on top, You overcame things that would have destroyed people that were privileged. The stuff that you've been through would have annihilated a lot of people, especially the ones that are used to having things given to them, And a huge benefit that I've received from struggling is the fact that it has definitely refined my heart. It has definitely refined my heart to such a point where I have a lot of empathy, compassion, and understanding for a lot of situations. I really do, because I know, what's going on, and my values are just simply different from the way this society is, this modern society. The ways of this modern society do not align with my values. And that's a good thing, because, everybody's so addicted to trying to appear like their life is better than the next person. There's no spiritual empowerment. There's not really anything of substance that is being shared and expressed across the world, Well, I mean, it is, but it's it's not too many of us, but a lot of people, they only care about stuff that really doesn't matter. The type of heart that we have is something that you just can't replace it. You cannot replace a refined heart, the heart that has been burned and it's been through a lot, but it became powerful, and it became something that most people just simply are not, because they choose not to be that way. I love the fact that most people, they resent having a good heart because they've been done wrong, and that's understandable. But what you need to shift your perspective toward, okay, what did I learn from that experience that burned me? And then take the lesson and continue to stay true to who you are and preserve your heart. Don't let this stuff change you for the worse or turn you into someone that you don't want to be. Don't become like everyone else. This is why you have to spend time alone for a little bit and recalibrate, rejuvenate your mind, your soul, and then just stay who stay consistent with who you are. You see, I'm not going to allow any negative experience to change me into something that's not good. That's not who I am. I'm not going to allow anything to change me to where I become worse, because then I'm allowing them to have power over me, and they will not have power over me. My spirit is too strong. My mind is too bright, and my heart is very large, but it's because of that I allow the wisdom to protect me from going through going through that pain that I went through in the past, because that's the power of wisdom. It allows you to preserve your heart, and you have to take heed to it. So another thing too is that I love the fact that I'm a very resourceful person. So it's like, when you struggle, you become a very resourceful type of person. You know how to problem solve because you were in the field. You were out there going through it, trying to figure out a lot of things, trying to find solutions to problems that you thought you would never find a solution for. So now you've been through it, you've done it, you've accomplished it, and you move on to the next phase of your life. And that's a beautiful thing. And that is how you develop wisdom. If you pay attention to it, if you really think about these experiences with a very sharp eye, And so don't ever let anyone make you feel inferior, or don't let anybody make you feel like you're less than just because you don't have what they have materialistically, because like we always hear, God doesn't like ugly. So when a person is disrespecting you, belittling you just because you don't have what they have materialistically, they're gonna be humbled. And you better believe me, they're not going to know how to handle that. They're not going to know how, because they never, ever went through a time where they went without. They don't know what that's like. They don't know. A lot of these people don't know what struggle is. Their version of struggle is nothing to us. So, they're going to be in the world of hurt if they don't change their ways, if they don't start treating people right, because that's just ugly. I don't like it. I hate it. But people always reap what they sow, don't they? Even if you don't see it yet, it is going to come. Because material things, man, they can easily vanish just like that. If God decides to do it, he'll do it. And he'll do it for different reasons. I mean, he could do it for the privileged people to teach them a lesson, to humble them, or sometimes God removes certain things from us in order to refine us, to strengthen us. You see, he does it so that it puts us in a position where we learn how to adapt, problem solve, and get out of a situation. And then that actually increases your ability to be a really great leader, or somebody that is wise, a sage, whatever you want to call it, whatever is your calling, right? Because everyone's different, you know. And or it could just simply make you into a better human being, because now you understand, okay, you've been humble. We all go through moments that humble us from time to time, you know. But it's even more severe to the people that are privileged economically, and they, you know, if they've been treating people wrong, then trust me, they're gonna get what's coming. You know, that's just a part of life. So, and hopefully we all learn our lessons, you know, through this process. So I thank you so much for listening. Until next time.